Hey, Gemini Cancer Cusp, welcome back in. If you thought mid-March took things up for you, well, April is exactly where everything becomes real. This is going to be the month where truth shows up in your relationships, you're pushed to take action in your life, and something unexpected shifts your entire direction. And I'm going to say this now. By the end of April, my Gemini Cancer Cups, you are not going to be the same person you were at the beginning of the month. So stay open, because we're going to tap first into the astrology, the overall of what is actually happening, how this affects your love, your path, your stability, your identity. And then we're going to really dive into a occultic cross to see exactly what this overall looks like for you personally. So we did a mid-March to end of April about a major change. But let's get stuck into the overall energy, as we start the month off with the full moon in Libra on the 2nd of April, all right? This hits your heart space, your relationships, your emotional connections, your sense of balance in love and giving. And my Gemini Cancer Cusps, this is the mirror. This is a mirror where you see clearly where you've been overgiving, where you've been emotionally drained, and who is actually aligned with you and who isn't. Some connections deepen here, but others, they fade or they break open with truth. It's not here to hurt you, but it's here to realign you. Thank you for those of you that have been hitting the like button. Thank you for hitting the like button right now. Those of you that leave comments and that have joined the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe and are part of the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe. Mid-April, let's call it around the 9th of April, when Mars enters Aries, we move into the fire. This is activation, all right, where you're no longer sitting in your feelings, you being pushed to do something about it. But the thing is, here is around the 13th to the 17th, we've got Mars, Mercury, both touching Neptune. So this is where things can feel a little confusing. So perhaps you might feel unsure which direction to take, emotionally overwhelmed, or like something isn't fully clear yet. And that's okay, right? Because after that, everything is going to sharpen on the 17th of April with the new moon in Aries. This is going to be your personal rebirth point. This is where you choose, who am I now? What am I no longer tolerating? And where am I going next? Wow. And with the Sun conjunct Chiron around this time as well, this is healing your identity, old wounds around rejection, worth, being seen. They're just going to come up. But it's not here to break you, all right? But it's here so you can finally release them. All right, so by the 19th to the 20th, this part is really going to be intense, okay? Mars meets Saturn, Mercury meets Saturn, Mercury meets Mars. No more delays. Decisions have to be made. Boundaries have to be set. And for some of you, this is where you walk away, or fully commit, or completely change direction. This is that energy of like, I can't stay where I am anymore, kind of energy, right? And by the time we move into Taurus season, all right, around the 21st, you start thinking about your stability, your money, your long-term security, peace. But don't get too comfortable, because right after that, between the 24th and the 27th, this is going to be your moment, my Gemini Cancer Cusps, where Venus enters Gemini, Uranus enters Gemini. This is going to be totally huge for you, because this is going to bring that sudden opportunities, unexpected love shifts, financial surprises, perhaps even new ideas, new paths, new directions. So something can change very quickly here. Yeah, something really can change quickly here. But listen, okay, this is not here to destabilize you. It's here to set you free from what has been holding you back. So when we're looking at the April energy or the astrology, overall here, this is like happening for you, that you moving through emotional truth, decisive action, healing, sudden breakthroughs. This is the month where you release what is just not aligned, right? You reclaiming your power. You step into a completely new version of yourself. But let's go deeper, because the astrology now really like set that stage, all right? Temperance and the Page of Wands, fire energy. But the cards are going to tell us your personal story within this. What exactly is being overhauled in your life? What are you being asked to release? What's coming in? And how do you move through this without falling back into old patterns? Beautiful souls, thank you for hitting that like button. I really, truly appreciate it. Let's get that hopping card for your core energy. Spirit, angels, ancestors, all the highest light and good, please and thank you. Come in through for our Gemini Cancer Cusps. What do they need to know for the month of April? We have the Hierophant and the Moon. Hierophant has got the number 5 on. That is all about change. The Moon has got number 18 on, which breaks down to 9. So change and completing energy, all right? The 5th could be a significant date for you. Even the 18th could be a significant date for you. Here we also do have the 2 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. 2 of Cups. So the Hierophant, right, is the energy, Knight of Cups as well. Okay, Spirit's got a lot coming in here for your overall energy. Seven on the clock. Wow. Yeah, the Hierophant is tradition, lessons, like, you could be a spiritual leader, or perhaps you are a guide, or perhaps someone is coming in. It is about enlightenment, awakening. It also could be something to do with educational training, that kind of energy, right? This is like you searching for divine truth, right? To create a framework of belief that help you to expand your consciousness and ground your faith in the reality, Yeah, this is the feeling of being between two worlds. Yeah, like on one hand, I'm feeling here with the Hierophant, right? Structure, commitment, tradition, like we mentioned these things, what's familiar, what's expected. But then on the other hand, we have the Moon. There's a sense of uncertainty, intuition, confusion, emotional depth. Gemini Cancer Cusp, perhaps you are questioning something that you once believed in. This is Taurus Cancer energy, all right? Perhaps you got strong Taurus Cancer, okay, but you are a Gemini Cancer placements, but perhaps you are a Cancer Gemini, all right, cusp. Doesn't have to be, all right? But specifically, Cancer and Taurus energy could be significant. Yeah, you definitely, I feel the energy of you questioning something that you once believed in. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a path, a commitment. Maybe it's even your identity in some way here. But underneath it all, I do feel there's love. All right? Yeah, because we even do have the Magician here. Love. Manifestation energy. There's a sense of new beginning waiting. Yes. the underneath energy in your core. But I'm hearing that you can't step into the full until you've moved through the illusion of the moon. This is like your soul weather as April opens, right? I feel something isn't right anymore, but you're still trying to understand what is. All right, let's have a look at what is in the crossing, all right? Let's keep this out. I see the Empress also at the bottom of the deck. It's that nurturing, birthing energy, all right? What is the crossing energy, Spirit? Four of Swords. Perhaps you're in some sort of a pause, healing. Maybe you're not in a peaceful pause. Perhaps you're trying to birth something here. Maybe you're being forced to stop and reflect and will perhaps withdraw because your soul needs clarity before the next move. And with all that fire in April, this is the tension, right? The world is pushing you to act, but Spirit is saying, not yet. You need to rest, process, and listen. This isn't blocking you, it's re-collaborating you. So what is the root? Justice. 411 could be significant. Yeah, this is karmic. This is what's driving this. This is balance being restored. This is you facing some sort of truth. Not just about others. Perhaps it's maybe also about yourself, Maybe about where you overgave, where you stayed too long, where things weren't equal. Yeah, I think, and this is Libra energy, right? That Libra full moon that we're having around the 2nd, this is going to be your soul saying, we're not repeating the same cycle again. Past, 3 of Cups. Yeah, this could be about people. This is what's fading. So what is fading right now, it could be something to do with a relationship cycle, third-party situations, or maybe it's just going to be a version of you that stayed in the light, surface level connections, right? There's nothing wrong here. It's just that it no longer aligns with you, right? You outgrowing something regarding your environment or these people that just don't go deeper with you. So this is your focus right now. This is what you're aiming for, the Ace of Wands. You're ready for something new, all right? A new spark, a new passion, a new beginning that actually excites you. And yeah, this is definitely going to line up perfectly with that new moon in Aries. This is Aries energy, all right? The 17th, the new moon in Aries. This is you saying, I don't just want stability. I want to feel alive again. And what is the near future? The world. So this is what is opening up for you, a completion and an elevation, all right? This is like a major cycle closing. And I'm hearing this is not going to be a painful one, not in a painful way. This is the energy I've learned what I needed to learn. And I'm ready for, now I'm ready now kind of way. That's what I'm getting, okay? You're now ready. Something definitely is going to come in full circle this month, and I'm hearing that it's going to open the door to a whole new level in your life, all right? The world card is like a whole new world, all right? Something new is coming in, a whole new shift. Perhaps you're moving across world. Doesn't have to be. Okay, where are you here? The Emperor. So this is your energy, all right? This is you stepping into your power. Double fours could be significant. So this is you perhaps setting some sort of boundaries, okay? Taking control, making decisions from a place of strength and not emotions. This is that Aries activation in you that you're no longer asking for permission. The Empress wants to come out again. Yeah, I feel the energy of you stepping into this divine alignment, you know, between your feminine and your masculine energy, all right? The Emperor and the Empress. Duality, you know, creating, making that decision to create something new, stepping into your power, that nurturing, birthing something new. And the external energies, the wheel. So these things are definitely shifting for you, okay? So we've got the world and we've got the wheel here. Things are shifting, and I'm hearing this is the external energy. So whether you're ready or not, fate is moving. So things are moving outside of you as well. So people may come and go, all right? Situations may change suddenly, okay? I'm getting the energy of that Uranus entering Gemini later this month. That's going to make sense. Where regarding that energy, something about divine timing is at work. And let's have a look at your hopes and fears. The Sun. Yeah, you want happiness. You want real happiness. You don't want that surface level happiness, right? Not that like that energy of it looks good on the outside, but you want something that's warm, safe, and aligned, all right? You want something that is real. But perhaps you do fear being vulnerable again, or maybe you fear trusting again, or perhaps it is a fear of fully stepping into your light. Double tens here. Definitely there's a completion to a new beginning, getting ready for that new chapter. And let's have a look at the outcome. The Star. 17 breaks down to 8. Abundance, healing, peace, alignment. Yeah, I feel like here you are finding your way back to yourself, especially after everything that you've been through, all right? This isn't like temporary. I feel like this is going to be a new energetic baseline for your life. Overall, April looks like you start the month maybe confused, questioning, emotionally pulled in different directions. You're being forced maybe to pause, to reflect, to face truths. You're releasing people, patterns, versions of yourself that no longer align. And then just something in the month, you're going to ignite something new, all right? Where you take back your power. You're going to step into a new cycle. And by end of that, you're not just okay, right? You're healing, aligned, and you're moving towards something that actually fulfills you. Now I'm getting some love messages as well from these cards here. You know, we do have the Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups, all right, underneath everything. And I feel like love is part of the story here. But it's not going to be about you chasing it, right? I'm hearing that you're attracting it, right? You're the Emperor and the Empress. You're attracting it. And it's about becoming aligned and what is meant to meet you there. So whether you are in a relationship or you are single or in separation, you are stepping into your Emperor and Empress energy, or perhaps you are finding your Emperor, right? And you are attracting what aligns with you by not chasing. So hey, if this message found you at the right time, and if you are ready, feeling this shift happening in your life, comment below, I trust the shift, just to usher into this new timeline that you're stepping into. Thank you again for liking the video, for becoming subscribers here at Mystical Soul Tribe. Because, you know, this journey that you're on, you're not walking it alone, right? And I'm sending you in extra love and light, and I'll definitely see you around in the next reading. Stay grounded, stay open, and just trust your path. Love and light.